Hey guys, so I am going to be summarizing Matryona's house. The story starts off with Ignat, who is a prisoner that was released, and he is wandering around Russia looking for a place to settle down. On his wanderings, he happens to come by a small town where he meets a woman that will introduce him to an older woman named Matryona, who lives in a village not that far away from the town. And so he decides that he actually rather likes the village, and he pays rent and lives with a Matryona. And they live with each other for a while, and they become friends, and it just pretty much follows them as they live and learn about each other. Matryona has always had bad health, but as Ignat lives with her, it declines to the point where she knows that she's not going to live for much longer. Her family knows that she's not going to live for much longer. And so her family comes by and starts pestering her to give up some of her inheritance early. So she decides to give up some of that inheritance, which is lumber from an outhouse that she has, and gives it to her niece and her husband. So her family comes by and starts taking the wood, and she becomes worried because of the tractor that they are borrowing might break down. And so she decides to go with the people who are bringing the lumber back to their home. And in order for them to get back home, they have to cross these train tracks. And while they're crossing these train tracks, one of the sledges that they're using to carry the wood breaks and spilling lumber all over the train tracks. Obviously, that's a bad thing. So they're struggling to get all of the wood off of the train tracks, and in their panic, they did not realize that a train was coming, and it strikes Matryona and her nephew, killing them. Now, during the funeral, a lot of her family came, but they weren't really mourning her death. Instead, they were there to save face and basically casting blame onto other people about her death, basically just to keep up with appearances. It actually came to the point where Matryona's sisters and her ex-boyfriend were arguing over the inheritance and on who will take what, and that's pretty much where the story ends. Alright, bye guys.